They were hanging her, and she was giving a speech. They were hanging her, and she was threatening them. Millions of women played combat roles in World War II. Some were killed in battle or captured as prisoners of war. The captured women were interrogated and tortured for information. Many captured women were executed by the Nazi Germans. Before we begin, if you find our video interesting, then like the video and subscribe to the channel. Zoya Kosmodemyanskaya, a Soviet partisan. She was born on 13 September 1923 in the village of Osinogai, Tambov Oblast, Soviet Union, into a family of local priests. Her father, Anatoly Kosmodemyansky, worked as a librarian, and her mother, Lyubov Kosmodemyanskaya, was a school teacher. In 1929, when she was 6 years old, her family fled to Siberia to escape an accusation, and later moved to Moscow in 1930. Zoya's father died when she was 10 years old. Zoya and her younger brother Alexander remained under their mother's care. Zoya did well in school, was particularly fond of history and literature, and dreamed of entering Leningrad University. However, her relationships with her classmates did not develop well. According to her mother, developed a nerve illness. Some witnesses suggested she had schizophrenia. Zoya joined the Komsomol in 1938. The Komsomol was a political youth organization in the Soviet Union. Hitler considered the Soviet Union as his natural enemy. On 22 June 1941, Nazi Germany launched a surprise attack against the Soviet Union, codenamed Operation Barbarossa, the invasion of the Soviet Union. The battles on the Eastern Front of World War II, fought between the Soviet Union and its allies against the Axis powers, marked a turning point in the history of World War II, eventually serving as the main reason for the defeat of Nazi Germany and the Axis nations. The war on the Eastern Front became the largest military conflict in the history. Most horrific atrocities, highest casualties, mass deportations, starvation, disease, and massacres. It was known as the Great Patriotic War in the Soviet Union. Zoya was still a high school student in Moscow, but volunteered for a partisan unit in October 1941. She idealized Tatyana Salamaha. Tatyana Salamaha was a Russian revolutionary who was tortured and killed during the Russian Civil War. After training, she was assigned to the partisan unit 9903. Zoya and other partisans crossed the front line and entered German-occupied territory. They succeeded in laying mines on the roads and cutting off the lines of communication. Joseph Stalin issued an order to prevent the German army from stationing in towns and villages. On November 27, 1941, Zoya was assigned to burn the village of Petrishchevo, where a German cavalry regiment was stationed. Zoya, along with fellow partisans Boris Krainov and Vasily Klubkov, set fire to 3 houses in the village, where German soldiers and officers were stationed, and believed that one of the houses was being used as a German communication center. After the first attempt, Krainov did not wait for Zoya and Klubkov at the agreed meeting place and left and went back to himself. But Klubkov was captured by the German troops. Zoya lost her companions and was left alone. She decided to return to Petrishchevo to continue the arson campaign alone. However, the German army was already on alert. To prevent further arson, the German authorities organized a gathering of local residents and formed a militia. They positioned several local men to guard the village. During the next attempt to set fire to the village, she was spotted by one local man. The man called the German troops, who captured Zoya. The German authorities rewarded the local man with a bottle of vodka. Later, after the Nazi Germany retreated, the local man was sentenced to death by a Soviet court. After her arrest, Zoya was stripped and beaten, and they marched her outside in the freezing cold. She was interrogated and tortured with 200 lashes, and her body was burned to get information about her members and leaders, but she only said her name was Tanya and refused to give any information. The next morning, she was marched to the center of the village with a board around her neck that read "House Burner." Her final words were, "Comrades, why are you so sad? I'm not afraid to die. I'm happy to die for my people." Her final words to the Germans, "You are going to hang me, but I'm not the only one. There are more than 200 million of us. You can't hang us all. They will avenge me. Germans, surrender before it is too late. Victory is ours." Her speech before her execution angered many German officers and soldiers. Zoya Kosmodemyanskaya was publicly hanged by the Nazi Germans at the age of 18. Her body was hanging on the gallows for several days. Her body suffered numerous more humiliations from passing German soldiers. Then the Germans ordered the removal of the gallows, and Zoya's body was buried outside the village, and later reburied at the Novodevichy cemetery in Moscow. The story of Zoya Kosmodemyanskaya's death became popular after the Pravda newspaper published an article on 27 January 1942. A witness to her execution said, "They were hanging her and she was giving a speech. They were hanging her and she was threatening them." After Joseph Stalin noticed the article, he proclaimed, "Here is the people's heroine." Her image was used in anti-German propaganda. Stalin ordered that the soldiers and officers of the German 197th Infantry Division Wehrmacht who participated in the executions should not be taken prisoner. She was awarded the Order of Hero of the Soviet Union. According to declassified documents in 2002, Zoya was betrayed by Vasily Klubkov. Klubkov was captured by 2 German soldiers. A German officer threatened to kill him, and Klubkov gave him the names of Kosmodemyanskaya and Krynov. After which, Kosmodemyanskaya was captured by the Germans. Zoya's brother Alexander Kosmodemyansky was a first lieutenant and a hero of the Soviet Union, awarded the title posthumously after he was killed in World War II. Our channel, The Past Quest. We only post videos about history. Subscribe the channel and like the video. Comment your thoughts on the video. Thank you for watching.